Travel consideration provided by...
As a struggling actor, I need all the breaks that I can get. At Liberty Buchamel.
Cut.
Liberty Bibbity.
Cut.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you... Line?
Need.
Action.
Cut. You can't say that.
Sorry. Is this where they're gonna put the Statue of Liberty? Liberty... Are we married to Mutual?
Cut.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Monday on ET, we're with Laker legend Magic Johnson and friends for the red carpet premiere of his new docu-series, They Call Me...
Happening now.
Breckenridge Park, definitely busy today, but maybe not as much as years past. We talk with campers about the return to Easter camping.
From GE refrigerators to dollar store glue guns, several products you may own are under safety recall. We'll explain them all coming up.
We crank up the heat a bit this weekend. We'll talk about that, and the humidity's on the rise. But does that mean rain chances? We'll dive into the details. The news at 5 starts right now.
At first at 5, San Antonio police responding to a fatal wreck this afternoon along I-10 and Gevers.
Right now, we're working to learn the details of the crash, but we do know someone has died. We'll bring you that update to you as soon as that information comes in.
We also have an update on a deadly crash this week along I-10. We've learned the name of the man killed.
He is 55-year-old Johnny Rodriguez Jr. of Bernie. We know a second person was hospitalized in the crash, and we've asked SAPD for an update on that person's condition and are still waiting on a response. These photos sent to us by a KSAT viewer. This scene unfolding along I-10 near De Zavala on Wednesday afternoon. San Antonio police say an 18-wheeler had a blowout on that highway, hit 2 vehicles, including Rodriguez's Toyota Corolla. That car hit a concrete barrier and a metal pillar. Rodriguez was taken to the hospital, but he did not survive. The other victim, a driver of a Jeep, at last check was facing non-life-threatening injuries. New at 5, the city of San Antonio getting off to a faster rate of homicides this year compared to last year. According to the San Antonio Police Department, right now, San Antonio has seen 50 murders. This time last year, slightly less, only 42. There were a total of 160 homicides in 2021. While there's no one explanation as to why, San Antonio Police Chief William McManus has been very vocal with his thoughts, saying people are more quick to pull a weapon during any sort of confrontation. And take a look at more local headlines. A teen is recovering after he was shot on the west side last night. Right now, San Antonio police are still looking for the shooter. They say the victim was leaving a convenience store on West Military when the suspect came up to him, robbed him, and shot him in the leg. The teen managed to drive to a nearby house to call for help, and at last check, he was in stable condition. The speed believed to have been a factor in an early morning crash on Perrin Beidle. San Antonio police say an SUV T-boned by a motorcyclist as it was exiting a parking lot. The motorcyclist thrown from his bike. He suffered some road rash, a gash on his head. At last check, he's expected to be okay. No one else was hurt. And a driver is on the run after they crashed into a truck and a house on the southeast side. This happened just before 6 this morning. Yeah, San Antonio Police Department officials say somehow that driver lost control of the wheel, took out a street sign, then the truck, then a bedroom wall to the home where a woman was sleeping. They didn't stay at the scene, however. Now they could face charges. As for that woman who was sleeping in her bed, she was not hurt. It's a place that helps so many families on the city's south side, but now the main focus of a business known as Guardian Angel Child Development Center is rebuilding, and that's because it was destroyed in a fire this morning. The flames were reported at the building on Pleasanton Road around 5 a.m. It's right next to Harlandale High School. Owner Eli Guerra tells KSAT he and his late wife started the center years ago, converting an old church into a daycare. He says overcoming the last 2 years and the pandemic has been tough, only to be hit with another hardship.
We're starting to pick up kids. We're starting to do better. And then, as a matter of fact, I just gave everybody a raise, you know. It has to go. It has to keep on going. I don't know how, but we're going to make it.
A tough situation there, and the cause of this fire is still under investigation.
The Texas Department of Public Safety can return to random searches of vehicles crossing all of the bridges from Tamaulipas.
Effective immediately, Governor Greg Abbott agreeing to end additional inspections at port of entries connecting Texas with the Mexican state of Tamaulipas. Today's announcement made from Weslaco, where he met with the Tamaulipas governor.
Governor Abbott says Tamaulipas has agreed to increase border security on the Mexican side to reduce illegal immigration and illegal water crossings into the U.S. And this is the third area along the border where governor has stopped the additional checks this week. So traffic at those ports of entry in Tamaulipas is expected to start flowing again at a normal pace. The governor says if there's an uptick in illegal crossings, he'll reinstate these additional inspections.
The ongoing battle over the border policy continuing to play out in Washington, D.C. The third group of migrants bused from Texas to the nation's capital dropped off this morning. This a move from Governor Greg Abbott, who's pressuring President Joe Biden to not lift Title 42 next month. That's the health order that has prevented migrants from seeking asylum in the U.S. since the start of the pandemic. The policy itself is not new, however. If you scan the QR code on your screen right now, it's going to take you to the latest episode of KSAT Explains. That's where Myra Arthur and the KSAT Explains team dissect Title 42 to explain how the asylum-seeking process is supposed to work and how Title 42 has upended that system. Turning now to Florida, it is the latest state to institute a restrictive abortion law.
This law bans the procedure after 15 weeks of pregnancy. ABC's Rena Roy explains.
Florida joining a growing list of states restricting abortion rights.
This is a decision that is between a patient and their provider, and politicians have no place in that conversation.
Governor Ron DeSantis signing a new law Thursday banning most abortions past 15 weeks.
We are here today to protect life. We are here today to defend those who can't defend themselves.
No exceptions for rape or incest.
As a personal victim of sexual assault, I know the importance of having all of my options on the table.
The only exceptions to save the pregnant woman's life or if it poses a serious risk. The law set to take effect July 1st.
We will pursue getting this stopped in any way we can.
Days ago, Oklahoma enacted a law set to take effect this summer to make performing an abortion illegal, punishable by up to 10 years in prison. In Kentucky, Republican lawmakers overriding the governor's veto on a new law banning the procedure at 15 weeks and strictly regulating access to abortion pills. All of it forcing the only two remaining clinics in the state to stop providing abortions for now. These bold new abortion bans are being challenged in court and will soon likely be put on hold, at least temporarily. That happened in Idaho this week and could also happen in Kentucky. Even the most conservative appeals courts blocking these measures because of 50 years of Supreme Court precedent since Roe v. Wade. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And are you still worrying about filing your taxes by today? Well, you don't want to stress too much because the deadline has been moved because of celebrations in Washington, D.C. for Emancipation Day. The holiday is normally on the 16th, but since it's on a Saturday, it's being observed today. The new deadline to have your taxes filed by is Monday, April 18th, but if you're filing electronically, you have until 8 p.m. Sunday night.
So don't stress till Sunday. From GE refrigerators to dollar store craft supplies, a number of products you may have in your home are recalled. Tonight's 12 on your side, Marilyn Moritz with more on the products and the dangers.
Dollar store danger. More than 1 million glue guns are recalled because they can malfunction. 4 fires have been reported. These are Crafter square glue guns sold at Dollar Tree and Family Dollar. Take them back. Bed alert. Bestar is recalling 9 models of wall beds because they can detach from the wall and fall. 1 woman was crushed to death. Dozens more injuries have been reported. The beds were sold online at Costco, Wayfair, and Amazon. Is this your fridge? GE Appliances is recalling 6 models of stainless steel refrigerators. These are French door with a bottom freezer. The problem is the freezer handle can come off. Dozens of people have fallen and some been seriously hurt. Contact GE for a fix. And toy trouble. 46,000 FAO Schwartz wood toys are recalled. This includes the Play Smart Robot Buddy and the sensory boards. There are several reports of small parts coming loose and a child could choke on them. We have model numbers and more information on all of these products on our website. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Check out traffic on this Good Friday, and we start at the fine silver curve. It's sometimes a trouble spot, but not necessarily today. You can see as people move from 35 to I-10 and on I-10 into downtown, things are moving very smoothly.
And the clouds today keeping us from getting too hot. 84 degrees, the high temperature. Can't really complain about that when the average is 80 and the record 95 set back in 2006. By the way, we started the morning at 61, but we will warm up a little bit as we get into the weekend. Del Rio 88, Eagle Pass 85 for the most part, mid 80s across our area, even some lower 80s. You get to Bernie 82, Bulverde 81, and Canyon Lake now at 83. Pretty straightforward this evening. Mostly cloudy with increasing clouds later tonight. Light southeasterly breeze at 5 to 10. You'll notice the humidity. Temperatures falling into the mid 70s by 10 o'clock. So relatively comfortable for this time of year. We'll talk about the weekend rain and storm chances in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Adam. And it's time to set up those tents and chain up your chairs. Easter camping is back at BRAC.
Yeah, the city of San Antonio lifting the curfew last night at 9 different parks, allowing the return of the Easter weekend tradition.
Garrett Berger joins us from one of the most popular spots. That's Brackenridge Park. Garrett?
Well, we're starting to see people here in the park. You've got families behind me. You can hear the music. You can see grills getting lit up along this path over here. But like earlier this afternoon, it is all pretty calm. Now, tents and families typically fill Brackenridge Park, which for many is an Easter tradition to come out here and camp. Now, one that was broken the past 2 years because of the pandemic. And those people who are returning that we've talked to have noticed there don't seem to be as many people.
You would not find a spot. Now you can still find parking.
Yeah.
I mean, we have 2 vehicles parked right next to us. That's usually very hard to do. Yeah, we usually got to park a mile away. It's like, I'm already here at the Weedy, might as well take the tour.
Now, one family of campers we did find was able to find a spot for a day picnic, just staying for the afternoon with only a little bit of bother.
But I check around the area and drove around for maybe 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
And I checked it and I spot this table and I said, no name on it, I'll get to it. This is mine.
Now, things could still pick up. After all, Saturday and Sunday are the really big days. And by the time we get to Easter morning, it's likely going to be a lot easier to find an Easter egg than it is going to be to find an open table. Live at Brackenridge Park, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Yeah, especially after people now know there are open spots at Brackenridge Park. The Easter weekend expected to bring together families all across the nation. And if that happens to lead to an increase in COVID-19 cases, there's a new way to get tested. We're going to explain when we come back. A powerful spectacle on San Antonio streets. It's Good Friday. The Passion Play is back. After 2 years of not taking place because of the pandemic, the live reenactment returns. Jonathan Cotto attended the event, spoke with some of the spectators there. Hear what they have to say, along with Archbishop Gustavo Garcia Sierra, about what this performance means to him and to the city. Plus, grocery prices have gone up, and it has prompted more people to try their hand at gardening. RJ Marquez explains the financial benefits of investing your time and energy into getting a green thumb, plus what one man says is even more rewarding. All that and more tonight on the news at 6.
As millions prepare to gather for the holiday weekend, concerns about potential spikes in cases loom.
Yeah, it comes as cases are trending up nationwide, but as ABC's Morgan Norwood explains, if cases spike, there's a new tool to help detect them sooner.
A new tool in the fight against COVID-19 set to roll out soon. The first device that can detect the presence of the virus using a breath sample now has FDA emergency use authorization. It's about the size of a suitcase, can administer up to 160 tests per day, and offers rapid results in under 3 minutes. But the company says the device isn't an at-home screening method. Instead, it's to be used only in medical settings in testing centers. The latest innovation in testing comes as Americans prepare to gather over the holidays holiday weekend, sparking fresh concerns of potential surges and infections.
We know how to gather together safely now. If you're going to see somebody high risk, get a test before you do that.
In Boston, health officials on high alert. Overnight, Suffolk County moving into the medium risk threshold ahead of the iconic Boston Marathon that's set to make its in-person return after 2 years of COVID delays. Health officials now encouraging all runners to get a test before or after the race.
If you're sick, please stay home and isolate to prevent further spread to those around you.
Nationwide, new cases are up by at least 10% in 31 states in the past week alone. Health authorities are closely tracking 2 new subvariants of Omicron. Scientists say they could be around 25% more contagious.
2 more weeks of data will be very helpful in figuring out, is this going to become a major problem, or is this going to be something that we're going to be able to manage pretty effectively?
I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Sky 12 out and about over Woodlawn Lake. Speaking of parks where people like to camp out, have their Easter celebrations.
Picnics.
And, today's all in all not bad temperature-wise.
Oh, no, it's a break from what we've had and a break from what we will have.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, and we will see temperatures rise a bit this weekend. The clouds really helped us out today. They really held tight for most of us a good portion of the day, and that kept us from getting too hot and temperatures getting too high. Humid through the weekend, morning clouds, a little bit of drizzle over the next couple of mornings and afternoon sunshine. You could still have your Easter egg hunt outdoors on Sunday, no problem. Just maybe a little bit of passing dampness, but not a big deal. Minor storm chances on the way. I wish I had better news in terms of rain chances. Unfortunately, I don't. All right, let's take a look outside. You can see it looks like it's going to rain. You look at the live cam here near the airport, 410, 281 off in the distance. Looks like it could rain. Unfortunately, those clouds aren't dropping any moisture. And here's the view from space. You can see the thick cloud cover did break up a little bit into the afternoon. It's going to be filling in again as we go through the evening and into the night. But again, these clouds helped us out a little bit and really kept our temperatures from getting too hot. 83 right now, San Antonio. Cotulla up to 87, Del Rio, Eagle Pass 88. We did have a little more sunshine along the Rio Grande. Divine now 86. And Stinson following suit at 86. So by tomorrow morning, a lot warmer than the past couple of mornings. We'll be up near 70 degrees to start the day. So 68 Comfort, 69 Hondo, 71 Floresville and Pleasanton, around San Antonio right near 70. Then by tomorrow afternoon, we crank up the heat a little bit more. We're into the 90s again. So Castroville, Port SA, west side of town, Alamo Ranch area, 97. For the high temperature. You get on the north side of town about 94, 95, Bulverde 91, Pleasanton 98 along with Hondo. So we're going to be feeling the warmth tomorrow. And then again on Sunday, I think just a few degrees lower, about 92 the high temperature, but of course warmer south and west of town. And then next week, we level off back into the mid to upper 80s for high temperatures. The dew points though, they're up right near 70 degrees. That means we feel the stickiness again. We're almost at that oppressive level of humidity, not quite there yet, but this is of course more common for this time of year, whereas quite a bit now this spring with all these cold fronts that have been moving through, we've had very low relative humidity and unusually low dew points. That's what we've noticed in the Weather Center, but they're back up for now. However, that changes a little bit for Monday into early Tuesday. So muggy through the weekend, temperatures back in the 90s, and then the humidity does get pushed aside just very briefly on Monday, then it starts to come back again on Tuesday of next week. I wish that increased humidity meant good rain chances. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Big picture right now shows a little bit of activity in other parts of the nation. Not a whole lot, though. We mostly have a west to east flow setting up aloft. That's what we call a zonal flow. And what you need to really get things going and stir things up is this to be more of a north-south flow. That's what you want to see, the meridional flow. We're just not getting that right now. And the Big Blue H, it's close to us, but it's centered over central Mexico. That's the heat high. We're not directly underneath that. We could squeeze out a few showers here and there, 20% chance tomorrow afternoon. Most of us, it won't see anything. And then by Sunday, a 30% chance. We rose it a little bit just because we'll have a little boundary moving in, a weak little cool front slowly dropping in, and that could kickstart a few extra showers Easter Sunday afternoon and evening. Tomorrow morning, it'll look like it could rain, but the best we'll do is a little bit of drizzle at 70 degrees, 94, then afternoon sunshine, southeast wind at 5 to 15. And basically, we just repeat it again on Easter Sunday with temperatures into the 90s again. And next week, another 20% chance just Tuesday and Wednesday.
Thank you, Adam.
All right, a lot of people saying what could have been for the San Antonio Spurs today.
Yeah, because the Los Angeles Clippers are not looking good in their game tonight because they have two key players out, including Kawhi Leonard. But that said, DeJounte is very disappointed in how he finished his season. We'll talk to him about that. And will Lonnie be back? Coming up. Now that the season is over for the Spurs, they can focus on the NBA draft, where they have as many as 3 first-round draft picks, including one in the top 10, thanks to their loss in the first round of that play-in tournament. They will also pick 2 more times, thanks to Toronto and Boston, more specifically. The trade that, of course, sent Derek White to the Celtics on the trade deadline. That's where they were unable to make the postseason for the 3rd season in a row. DeJounte Murray struggled in his return after missing 5 games with a respiratory illness, non-COVID related. He was able to play in the final regular season game against the Mavs, and he's clearly not himself in the 113-103 loss to the Pelicans, where he finished with 16 points, 5 of 19 shooting, 1 of 5 from three-point range, and did not have a single steal.
I got to continue to just grow. Like I said, I want to be better than the year before. That's what it's about. But like I said, for me, I'm tired of watching the playoffs from home. So, I got to continue to take these steps. And I know it's a team game. So we all got to approach, our off seasons to get better and smarter and figure out what we can do to get in the postseason, because, that's where, everything is made. That's where you earn your respect. That's where you guys are fighting for their lives for contracts. You earn contracts, just from the first guy to the last guy.
Now, while it was fun to watch DeJounte rise to the level of an all-star player with a career 18 triple-doubles, 13 this season, it was also fun to watch other players like Lonnie Walker IV develop into a solid player, setting career highs in points at 12.1, shooting 49% from the field and 2-pointers, 2.2 assists, and playing in a career-high 70 games this season. Hopefully, that's good enough for the Spurs to bring him back next season, since his 4-year, $12 million contract is up and now headed to free agency. All the while, he has invested himself in the community.
I'm hopeful to be back. It's at this point, it's up to my agents, so I'm gonna take a nice little vacation with my fiance and call it a summer, and then get back into grind mode. This is my first time, so I really can't tell you what's all gonna be going on and whatnot. I'm just gonna stay in my lane. I'm the basketball player. I'm here to hoop. I'm not here to be an agent and talk about negotiations and whatnot.
And we'll see what happens. Remember the man who paid over $500,000 for Tom Brady's final touchdown ball, only to find out hours later he was coming out of his brief retirement to play again this season. Well, an agreement has been made between the buyer, the co-signer, and auction house to render that deal null and void, since no money ever exchanged hands. But look how long it took him to arrive at this conclusion. 3 months is when this happened.
Well, I bet the guy's glad that he hadn't paid anything
right.
yet.
He didn't give him any money.
Right, exactly.
I'll keep it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Craig.
We'll be right back after the break.
Look at those high temperatures today. Mid-80s is how warm it got. Not too bad. The cloud cover helped us out a bit. Now, as we get into the weekend, tomorrow we'll have highs back in the mid-90s, 94, the high temperature. There will be some slightly warmer locations, of course. With clouds in the morning, afternoon sunshine, that'll be the trend all weekend. You can still have your Easter egg hunts outdoors, just a little bit of drizzle in the mornings, and that's it.
Thanks for watching the news at 5.
We'll see you back here at 6. World News is next.